It was 2:13 a.m., and that's when Omar heard it. A chair dragging across the floor above him. At first, he ignored it. Maybe the neighbors were moving furniture late at night. Strange, but not impossible. But there was one problem. Omar lived on the top floor. There was no one above him. The sound came again. Scrap. Slow, heavy, intentional. His heart started pounding. He grabbed his phone and turned on the flashlight. The ceiling looked normal, quiet, dead. Then suddenly, bang! Something slammed directly above his head. Now he couldn't ignore it anymore. He stepped out of his apartment. The hallway was empty. The lights flickered slightly, buzzing with that low electric hum that makes silence feel wrong. At the end of the hallway, there was a door. He froze. That door wasn't there before. He had lived in this building for 3 years, and there were only 6 apartments on this floor. No extra doors, no stairs, nothing. But tonight, there it was, old, rusty, slightly open, and from inside, that same sound. Scrap. Omar should have walked away, closed his door, called someone, pretended none of this was real. But curiosity is a dangerous thing. He walked toward it, slowly, each step heavier than the last. He pushed the door open. Inside was a staircase, going up. That made no sense. There was no floor above. The air inside was cold, too cold, like stepping into a freezer or a grave. But the sound was louder now. Scrap. Something was moving up there, waiting. He climbed. 1 step, 2 steps, 10 steps, 20. The stairs never ended, but finally, he reached a floor, a long hallway, dark, silent, except for one thing. At the very end, a figure, standing, not moving, not breathing, just watching. "Hello?" Omar whispered. No response. The figure tilted its head, too slowly, too unnaturally, and then it started dragging something across the floor. Scrap. Closer. Scrap. Closer. Omar turned to run, but the stairs were gone. The door had disappeared. There was no way back. The lights flickered. For a split second, he saw the figure clearly. Its face was his own, but twisted, broken, smiling. The next morning, the building manager found Omar's apartment empty, door wide open, lights still on. But neighbors reported something strange. At exactly 2:13 a.m., from the ceiling above, they heard a sound. Scrap. A chair being dragged. And sometimes, if you listen closely, you can hear someone whisper, "Come upstairs." Omar tried to scream, but no sound came out. The figure, him, stood at the end of the hallway, smiling wider than any human face should allow. Its eyes were wrong, too deep, too empty. "Why are you here?" Omar finally forced the words out. The thing tilted its head again, then whispered, "You came to me first." The lights went out. Darkness swallowed everything. Then, a hand grabbed his shoulder. Cold, wet, not human. Omar spun around. Nothing, but the whisper was now right behind his ear. "You shouldn't have opened the door." Scrap. Now the sound wasn't coming from far away. It was right next to him. He looked down, slowly, terrified of what he might see. There was something tied to his leg, a rope, old, rotten, and at the other end, a chair, dragging, by itself. He tried to pull away, but the rope tightened. Harder, tighter. The hallway began to stretch, endlessly. The walls pulsed, like they were breathing, watching, closing in. "Let me go," Omar screamed. The thing laughed, a broken, distorted version of his own voice. "You live here now." The floor beneath him cracked. Darkness leaked through the gaps. Something moved below, something alive. Hands, dozens of hands, reaching up, grabbing his legs, pulling. Omar fought, kicked, screamed, but the rope dragged him forward, the chair scraping louder and louder. "Screep! Screep!" The figure walked closer, step by step, until it was right in front of him, face to face. Every sound you heard. It smiled. Was someone else before you. The hands pulled harder. Omar's body sank halfway into the floor. "No, please," he begged. The thing leaned closer, whispering, "Now it's your turn to be heard." Everything went black. 3 days later, a new tenant moved into Omar's apartment. A young man, unaware, unlucky. At exactly 2:13 a.m., he heard it from above. Scrap. He froze, confused, terrified. Then, a voice, soft, broken, whispering through the ceiling. "Help me." It was Omar, and just before the sound stopped, the lieutenant heard one last thing: "Don't open the door." But of course, he did.